Hello. How's everyone? Hey, are you guys able to come off mute? Or do I need to do something?
We should be able to come off mute ourselves.
Okay, cool. Um, um, well, I guess it's like Bill is trying to join, but I can't join. I don't know why. Let's see. Um, so, well, regarding the alcohol permit for Aldi, it was approved. So we were able to get the settlement agreement with them, and everyone is happy. So that's all set. So thanks for everyone's help. Let's see. Trying to admit here.
Did they push back on any? Did Aldi push back on anything we had requested?
They just said, can we just have like 1 hour before opening and 1 hour after closing, just in case, you know, we need to change the hours in the future, so that we don't have to go back and ask again for permission. I said, okay, sure.
Yeah.
So,
That sounds reasonable.
yeah. So that was mainly the big news. How's everyone's summer? Does anyone have any topics they want to talk about? Oh, go ahead, Yushana.
Hi, I'm trying to get settled at home. That's why I have my camera off right now. But while I'm walking around, Shayla or Commissioner Bokum, did you get the invitation to the site walk for the South Dakota Avenue Park? I just got the email today from DPR. So I was wondering, I assumed that they were going to send it to the ANC commissioner, so I just wanted to make sure you got it.
Let's see. When was it
Would have been
sent?
from, it would have been from Christopher Dyer. He sent it this evening.
Oh, okay, let me see. I see a few things, but not that. No, I don't see it. Can you forward that to me?
Yeah, I'll forward that to you. And also, hang on a second, sorry. It's moving around too much. Okay, one second. Also wanted to ask you about the Food and Friends curb cut. So it was on the consent agenda for the Public Space Committee. It must have been earlier this month. So theoretically, their so-called conceptual curb cut has been approved. I don't know if you've been in touch with them at all about their plans moving forward. Have you?
No, I
communicated?
haven't. I didn't know it was on the consent agenda.
Yeah, so apparently they had it on the July agenda, which the ANC didn't tell anyone. I don't know if you all knew that it was on the July agenda. So it was tabled. They had asked DDOT, the Traffic Safety Division, to take a look at the plans, or maybe the DDOT requested a little more time. I'm not sure which one. And then it was placed on the consent agenda, like I said, afterwards. So that's happening.
So what does that mean? It's on the consent agenda. That means no one
That
is
means it was
opposing it?
approved.
Oh,
Yeah, they said that Food and Friends said that they hadn't received any opposition. They weren't aware of any, you know, complaints. And, Councilmember Parker had submitted a letter in support of the curb cut request because, again, he said that he hadn't heard any opposition or anything like that. So I don't know who's serving as the point on this for the ANC, but it seems like someone should be a little more tuned in to what's happening.
well, that it would be me. It's my SMD. I mean, I talked to, Food and Friends, and I, indicated that I didn't think it was a good idea for that location, but, I didn't, and as a result, we didn't, do an ANC letter of support like they wanted, but I also didn't do a letter of opposition either. So,
Right.
but I mean, I'm just surprised that DDOT would agree to that location.
Well, they said if they wanted this curb cut, they would have to close one of the two curbs on Riggs Road, and I think they're making them close. I'll put it this way. It sounds like they're keeping open the one that is closer to South Dakota Avenue.
Yeah, I don't even think they use the other one anyway.
Okay, so I guess that's what DDOT agreed to do. But I mean, all said and done, like, this is, again, a so-called conceptual curb cut. I don't even know what that means, but
Yeah.
They do have their expansion plans, and it's even like saying the expansion is years away. Like, obviously they submitted this curb cut request, so for a reason. So again, it just seems like somebody should be asking them more questions and getting answers in writing instead of allowing them to just evade and not answer questions that are emailed to them.
Okay. I'll check up on that. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know.
And then the other thing is, do you work for the federal government?
Yeah.
So I do too. And I know that there are restrictions, kind of ethics restrictions on your involvement with federal government entities. I say all that to say because you know, National Park Service, we've had issues with them with Fort Totten, First Circle Park. And I keep telling people I'm not able to kind of lead the charge on this as far as that pedestrian path between Gallatin and Galloway, and then also the soil testing.
Mhm.
And, you know, periodically you've seen me send emails to National Park Service like every few months, just asking them for updates about where things stand.
Mhm.
But I think what's happening is that since no one's really pushing it, it kind of is just getting lost, you know, and like they keep saying, oh, you know, you should be working with your ANC commissioner, or you should be working with your council member. I contact the council member. He's like, you should be working with your ANC commissioner. And I don't think people quite understand that, like, again, I, as a federal employee, can't do certain things. And if you, as a federal employee, like, I don't know, you know, if you've talked to your ethics council about, for example, whether you're able to vote on resolutions involving National Park Service. I don't know. That's
I haven't, but that's a good
um,
thought. James is saying he would be willing to help with this.
I, I was just gonna say,
yeah. So go ahead, James.
oh, I was saying I'm doing some other research on national park related issues. So this is one of those things that can go into a larger, I mean, the things for our ANC should be treated, locally, or with, for our interest, but then broader in DC, there's also the broader issue of just, it's tough to know
Right.
which administrative unit is in charge. Even, like, I don't know if they've mowed yet, but even like the grass at Fort Circle Park
Mhm.
is super overgrown right now, which,
And there was just a big festival on Saturday and there was no notification or anything like that. I mean, there were posters, I
Galloway.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't
Oh,
mean to.
Gallatin, I guess it was.
Yeah.
You know, it was like I was like looking in my inbox and there was nothing. So it wasn't DPR, it was National Park Service, I guess. But DPR didn't send out anything. It wasn't on DPR's events anyway. So National Park Service could do a better job communicating, and I can talk to them, and that'd be great, James, if you don't mind helping as well. Um,
Well, can we go back?
mhm.
Jenna, what was the ethics thing you were talking about?
Oh, you're on mute, Mishana. Mishana, you're on mute. There, go ahead. Wait.
I don't know if that would be the chair. I mean, technically, you know, Gordon, he does represent the part east of South Dakota Avenue. So anyways, that's up to you all as an ANC. But I do think because there hasn't been a push from the ANC in terms of advocating for funding to complete construction of that trail, for example, it's just getting ignored. And I had a meeting with Congresswoman Norton's office today where, I told her like every few months I email National Park Service, like they haven't even updated the project website in years. And I feel like her office has ignored this project for years. And I, told them that too. All that to say, I just think it would be helpful for the ANC to, do a resolution to really push completion of that trail. And then also the soil testing issue. And you as the ANC just figure out who's going to introduce this resolution, and if Commissioner Bokum, if you can vote for it or not. I would you ask your ethics council if you're allowed to vote on resolutions regarding the Park Service, and I just assume that you can't.
Okay, fair enough. Mr. Preston?
Yes, good evening, everyone. To the point about the Park Service and that walk path, that's been an issue going on for close to 20 years now, give or take. I'm the former chair, one of the former chairs for 5A, and we did resolutions and put stuff forward, records forward to the Park Service about that. I don't know if they still have the records at UDC CCD campus or what the office is now. But I know myself, Ronnie Edwards, and a few others, when they chaired, put stuff to records on that strip of land. So I just jumped in to say, if you can research some of the information you might be looking for, might be there.
Okay, we'll take a look. Thank you.
I mean, they had construction money to build the path before they first hit the top of the Green Line Tunnel, and then they found the unexploded ordinance. So they had to halt construction and design a new alignment. So they're shifting the path closer to South Dakota Avenue. Norton's office told me today that they submitted the 100% design at the end of August. The National Capital Planning Commission waived their review, but the Commission on Fine Arts still has to provide its approval for the realignment. So that's the last step before, you know, the 100% design gets final approval. And I believe they said that their goal is to have it considered at the October what did I call it? Fine Arts Commission on Fine Arts, have it considered at the October meeting. But I just want to double check with Norton's office about that. And because usually, you know, there's an opportunity for the public to weigh in.
Yeah, that's really important because the path that's closer to to South Dakota is not as preferred, I don't think, as the current path.
Well, there is no path closer to South Dakota, but they have to move the gravel path. They can't keep it there because that's where they ran into the Green Line Tunnel. So they have to shift it east where they are clear, where they're going to be clear of WMATA's infrastructure. And they're also so positive that they won't find any more unexploded ordinances if they move it, you know, a few feet to the east.
All right, I'll check on that. Thanks for letting me know. And that's great that, you know, Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton is kind of on board and, you know, paying attention, or, you know, she was receptive.
I wouldn't say they're bored. They're only paying attention because I bring it to their attention. Is my point. Like they weren't paying attention until I emailed her office a few months ago about this.
All right, well, thank you for all that, for, you know, following up.
James, do you want to I'm sorry, I don't mean to dominate the conversation. Can you put your email address in the chat so I can email you? Thank you.
Hi, Bill. Go ahead.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, good. You may or may not know, I think Eugenia probably knows this. Congresswoman Norton knows about this. She's been out there, I know for sure one time back when both her, McDuffie, Channel 7, did a walkthrough with the community about that path. And so she knows about it. It's been brought up some time ago, about a year or so ago, when she was running, when she was running one time before. She was approached by the community. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, she was approached by the community with, you know, this is back when Gordon, early on when he started his ANC tenure. And so she knows about this thing. But for some reason, it seems like she doesn't have any clout, power, whatever you want to call it. But she knows about this, and it's been going on forever. And she's had the walkthrough. She had a walkthrough with McDuffie, her, and TV7. And at that time, I spoke to her because at that time they would Park Service was jerking us around where it was they impact the environment, all kind of crazy stuff. Then now it's really funny that Ushini is mentioning some kind of design and whatnot. At one point in time, they even came to the ANC with a design. First, they said they couldn't do it because of natural reasons and whatnot, impact on the environment. Then they came back with a design, sat down, had drawings and everything ready to go. This was a couple of years ago. Now we at the state right now where we are today. I just wanted to let y'all know that Norton knows about it, and she knows about it. And the thing about Norton is that is one of her committee assignments. So anyway, that's just what I dropped it out there as a little background.
Thank you.
Hi, Dale.
Yes, hi.
Hi, this is Dale. Sorry, I'm on my cell phone, so I can't figure out how to raise my hand.
No problem.
But I had a question on a different subject.
Mhm.
Today, I noticed on 8th Street, on both your side of 8th Street and Gordon's side of 8th Street, I guess, between Emerson and South Dakota Avenue,
Mhm.
there are no parking signs placed on both sides of the street. And it looks like the sign, I tried to read it as I was sitting at the stop sign there, said it was a construction staging area.
Was
So
it
I
the
was
white,
just-
white and red signs, like the paper signs?
Yes, yes. Taped to the trees, taped to the poles. So there were no cars parked between Emerson and South Dakota Avenue because it says it's no parking there. And I was just curious if you were aware of any construction where they would need a construction staging area taking up both sides of the street there.
No, I'm not aware. I'm not aware of that. I can like see that street from here, but I can't see anything going on. But thanks for letting me know. I'll take a walk over there tomorrow and see if I can figure out what's going on.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for letting me know. And Deb, I don't know if you heard, but the alcohol license was approved. Their settlement agreement, helped.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
the process went through and everyone
Yeah.
was satisfied, so
Yeah.
it was approved.
I'm
So,
glad when they get that sidewalk fixed.
yeah,
And also, I'm happy to see that they're planting trees to take, I guess, in place of the 3 to 4 large trees that they removed when they began their construction on South Dakota Avenue.
Yeah.
And I was surprised because those were heritage trees too.
oh wow. Do you know that was South Dakota and what, like closest to what intersection there?
Between Kennedy and what's that, Ingraham? Right across from the library, there were about 3 or 4 trees on that block that they took out because they're making that lane where I guess you can pull up, and they moved the sidewalk over.
So
I
they,
remember because they had 3 large holes there. And when they took out the electrical poles, they had, they left the holes.
Danielle saying the new trees on Kennedy and South Dakota look good too.
Yeah, it looks like, I think they just put in the new saplings where it's been that construction site this whole time.
Cool. Oh, so someone had suggested, seeing if we could get on the northern part of South Dakota by Riggs, more pedestrian safety. Let me see. This is Michael Marriott. Let's see here. Yeah, well, I haven't really heard much about the pedestrian safety or the safety project for South Dakota. Has anyone heard any updates about that?
VDOT is doing a presentation this weekend at the Lamont Riggs Library, 10:30. I'll see if I can drop that link in the chat.
Awesome, thank you.
I was planning to go.
Thanks, Yushena, for forwarding that. Let's see. Danielle, what day did you say the presentation is going to be?
It should be next this coming Saturday, 21 September, 10:30.
Okay.
And I had sent a note to I live in 4B09, so I'm just visiting, but I had sent a note to some of the 4B ANC commissioners as well, the Vision Zero committee leads and 4B09 commissioner. As well. To invite them. Sorry.
Is that the South Dakota Avenue project, or is it the Vision Zero plan update? Because they're reviewing the comments for the South Dakota Avenue project. So I didn't think that there would be another update on that until they have gone through the comments, and that's not till I think November.
Vision Zero, I think you're right. Thank you for the correction. Over.
Thank you. Everyone can see that in the chat. Take a look. Bill, go ahead. You have your hand up.
Okay. This isn't. I need a second pair of eyes. It seems to me, I ride my bike to up to Walmart area kind of regular, and when.
Oh, can you speak up a little bit? I'm having trouble hearing you. Now you're on mute.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, go ahead. Make sure you stay off mute. You keep going back on mute. I don't know why.
Okay. I'm old, okay?
Okay. All right, go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No problem.
I ride my bike frequently up to Walmart along South Dakota Avenue. The block with Aldi's, the library, that block, it seems a little dark. It's a little scary because there's not that much light for pedestrians and people passing by that area. It may change whenever whenever Aldi's opens up in other businesses, but that's not going to be for some months. But with the sun going down early and whatnot, and the library, and the library is closed, they used to leave the lights on at night, but now the only place there's lights is maybe on the second floor, and it's not that they turn the lights off pretty at night, so that area is dark. It's kind of scary, and so I thought I just mention it. Maybe if the city, because I don't think they have those new lights along that block on South Dakota Avenue yet. If they're going to do it all, but I just thought I'd bring it up. Let some of y'all might want to go by there and look and see if it looks scary to you too, as it does to me at night when the library's closed.
Right there, right on the side, that wide sidewalk by the gym and all that. The fitness, what is it?
No,
Fitness?
not that one. No. Up where all this is going to be, where the new construction is going, in front of the library. between Kennedy and whatever the next street back going back is.
Okay.
That block. It's like I said, it's kind of scary looking right now.
Hmm.
All right.
Hopefully that will just be temporary until Aldi's opens. Cool. Danielle?
Just a question on the lighting. Could that, oh, it looks like Aldi is putting in lighting according to UChina. I wasn't sure if that was like a traffic safety like ticket that DDOT could field through 311, or if that's a different issue. Over.
Yeah, the traffic lights, I mean, like those street lights, that's like a big ask. You know, like I don't think you can just call 311. I mean, probably if all of us called 311, maybe that would be more persuasive to them, but so so Washington Globes, is that like a typical street light?
So those aren't they're the lamps, you know, so not the street lights that hang
More
over
old
the-
fashioned, smaller, shorter
but
lamps?
just vertical lamps that they're, like I said, you can see them being installed, at least on the side of where the Audi's is. I don't know about across the street by the library. I mean, I can't say I found that the block where the library is all that dark to me, but I also don't walk near there at like 10 o'clock at night. So I have no idea how dark it is on that side of the street. But again, where the Audis, all of the landscaping, the trees, the Washington Globes, all of that was approved during the PUD process for that project. They had to take care of all of that. So I don't know where people are asking for more street lights. Like, because yeah, I think that would probably have to be go through the TSI process maybe.
That's good to know that the smaller lamps are being installed. That should look nice.
Yeah, it does. It is coming together nicely. It does look very nice.
That's great.
And they've installed, you know, new street lights on Kennedy Street, again, on the side where, you know, the new parking garage will be. So.
That's great. Does anyone want to participate in a cleanup of the park area, that back to the area we were talking about the walkway? Does anyone want to like try to do a cleanup sometime? Like just clean up trash in there in that area between Gallatin and Galloway?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
Let's see. Maybe like October 5th. Is a Saturday good?
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay. See if we can, I'll send something out, see if more people want to join. All right, let's see, social justice school. Shoot, I haven't been in touch with them. I'll ask Gordon if he's heard anything. I mean, it should be me, but sometimes he still gets that communication.
Do you have Myron's email? I mean, he should be emailing you. You shouldn't have to go through Gordon. Like you're his.
I remember, I think you introduced us at a meeting a few months ago, but
I'll email Myron and include you so that
that'd
you're
be
not
great.
Gordon for.
That'd be great.
for-
Thank you. Appreciate that. Anytime, please feel free to include me. Like if you want to, if you're talking to Eleanor Holmes Norton or anybody, I would really appreciate it if you keep me in the loop. I'm sorry for not going out and setting up these meetings myself, but if anyone happens to have a meeting that involves this SMD, please feel free to just CC me or something like that. But I do appreciate everyone's effort, especially Shanna. I really do. So thank you.
And it looks like they might have started delivering the trailers to the site, but I don't want to speak out of turn, and
Okay.
that means that, because even if they are delivering the trailers, they still have to hook up utilities and everything. But the last that Myron said was that if they don't have the trailers ready, they're going to be operating out of Impact DMV Church. So
This school year?
yeah, because their school year has started, right?
Yeah.
So I guess they're operating out of the church right now, unless something has happened. But as far as I could tell, those trailers just started showing up like last week.
Thanks, Deborah. And I wonder if any of them are actually hooked up. Like, do they seem to have electricity or anything? No.
It looks like they're placed kind of haphazardly right now. That's just for me walking up the street looking. So.
Yeah, that'd be great if you could send an email and ask that question. CC me, that'd be great.
And this is Deb. Again, sorry, I can't raise my hand, but I when I'm walking in the morning, particularly up toward the Walmart, I see the students. Looks like they're coming from the Metro or the old social justice school, walking up toward the Walmart, and then across the area with Davis Construction and the old path by Food and Friends, and they have monitors out there for the kids, at various points. So they must definitely be at the Impact Church, because that's the direction they're walking to.
Anything else anyone wants to talk about?
Hello, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Bill.
First, I want to say bravo, tip my hat to you, Commissioner, for following through with the Aldi liquor thing. However, I want to warn you, there will be more, I'm quite sure. Ever since the K-Fritz projects, phase 1, phase 2 began, and I think at some meeting recently, I heard K-Fritz mention that, or I saw somewhere where some kind of brewery has been and still is on the agenda to be put up there in that area. I'm not sure, but I heard anyway. Those who know me, I'm anti-liquor stores.
You know that the Aldi one was approved, right?
Say it again.
The Aldi one was approved.
Well, that's fine.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, I'm tipping my hat to you and whoever else worked with you for getting them to at least do that, whatever you did.
I have to give credit to you, Shanna, for sending me the template. Thank you, Shanna. That was
okay. Yeah. But that's good. I'm kind of guessing this was from you as a single member district person and not the ANC as a whole. Am I correct?
It's correct that it was not, hold on a second, let me get Robert in here because I know he wants to, he's interested in this
That's
too.
okay. Nevertheless, that's at least we got something. It's too
Yeah.
bad it couldn't have been the whole ANC. That's fine.
And that was my fault for not doing it in June, but
No.
we did it as a group of 5, and thank you, James. James was one of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, so basically, it's you either have to do it as a whole ANC, which we didn't have time to do, or it can just be 5 like residents, and that's how we did it. So it wasn't
I
specifically
understand.
as, I'm just telling you, because
Yeah,
this was new to me too, how the
Yeah,
process.
I understand you, but it's a good thing that you did do what you did,
Mhm, thank you.
and you did better than I did because I fought Walmart. I held them up. Me and my group of 5 held them up for like 6 months.
Well, I didn't hold them up at all, really.
Oh, well, no.
We
You
have
did.
a settlement agreement. That's the
Yeah, I
thing.
know.
Yeah.
Well, Walmart beat me out on a technicality, but that's okay. That's either here or there.
Yeah.
But I'm just warning down the road. There may be, but I'm calling more liquor license requests going to come up,
Okay.
and maybe even the cannabis one. Who knows? But I'm almost proud there will be at least one with the brewery they plan on opening, and as a suggestion, if and when it does happen, South Dakota Avenue is a borderline. You on one side, other side or the library side of South Dakota Avenue is another SMD. Am I correct?
Yep.
And up on Riggs Road in South Dakota Avenue is that's 4B or whatever it is. Am I correct?
Danielle is part of that, right, Danielle?
Right. And then also on one side of Gallatin is North Michigan is North Michigan Park. One side of Gallatin or whatever is Riggs Park. Ideally, those borderline things should work together on some of these projects. That's the ideal.
Yeah.
So I just thought I'd drop that out there, But that's it. I just want to put that on the table, some things to think about down the road, whenever these things may pop up.
No problem.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay. I see Robert joined. Robert, I don't know if you heard, but we did get a settlement agreement with Aldi regarding the alcohol license. So it was approved, but with a, an agreement that they would be responsible and clean up the trash and, all the things that we're going to be keeping tabs on. So. Go ahead, Robert.
Well, I wanted to raise my hand before I spoke, and I agree with Bill. You did a fantastic job. So there's kudos for that.
Thanks. And again, I have to credit you, Shanna, for the idea. So thank you, Shanna.
Well, I heard that might be a possibility. But at any rate, no, it's something that had to be done. And I just feel sorry that the whole ANC couldn't do it, because they certainly got the advance notice, but seemingly they weren't as nimble.
No, it was my fault. It's my single member district.
Okay, well, I'll leave it at that. Bye.
I'm learning. I'm new, but I can't say I'm new anymore. But I'm learning. So, all right, let's see these comments here. Brewery, corner of Galloway in South Dakota. Oh. Huh. Okay, well, all right, so should I just do the same thing with this new brewery, do the same kind of settlement agreement, like just do the same thing, same process? Well, I could try to get 5A on board, but I guess that'd be better. But,
well, they're going to be requiring a different type of license. It won't be the same as trying to sell beer and wine at a grocery store. I mean, this will be an actual brewery, sort of like Hellbender. So they won't be, for example, they won't be selling wine, they won't be selling hard liquor. They'll have to have a special license that a brewery needs. My understanding is they won't be, I think I've been told they are looking to sell snacks, like snack type food, but they won't have, you know, like real food. But yeah, it just depends on uh, what license category.
So would you recommend a similar kind of thing, like do a protest and then get a settlement agreement?
Yeah, I mean, if you can, I mean, and this is also premature. They don't even have financing. I mean, that's been the holdup, is that they don't know how they're gonna pay to even, they had a lease, but then they backed down because they still need financing.
Okay.
And while yes, it is true that the K for its team has, said that they could work with them on financing, like they still have to have their ducks in a row, and it sounds like they still do not. I will say I'm personally skeptical that they're going to get their ducks in a row in order to open.
But probably some brewer will come there, even if not that one, right?
I mean, well, or some other restaurant. I mean, it's
Yeah.
I think they're looking at, I believe, 4,500 square feet. It might even be bigger than that. For some reason, I'm thinking 7, but I don't think it's quite as large as 7,000 square feet. But it's a pretty sizable chunk that they are going to be, that they would like. But again, I mean, it's has taken them a long time to get financing together. But it's not as if, like there's a brewery down the street. I personally don't know that if Urban Garden Brewery does not work out, but like some brewery will be chomping at the bit to go in there.
Yeah. Robert, do you have your hand up?
Yes. I'll use a liquor joke and cut to the chase. But at any rate, anybody who's asking for any type of liquor license, whatever category, we should go ahead and at least get some type of settlement agreement. If you look at 8th Street, for example, everybody who even thinks about opening up down there and has any type of involvement with beer, liquor, spirits, what have you, the ANC down there automatically goes in and talks to them about, what they're going to do, what the type of license is, and tries to extract a settlement agreement. So I think that should be automatic as far as we're concerned. If the and I forget their new, I think it's ABBA now, whatever they call themselves, alcohol, beverage, and cannabis.
ABCA.
Yes. If they are involved, then we should extract an agreement. That's the rule.
Makes sense. And I guess is it 4B? That's the is that the closest one, Danielle? Is it 4B right across Riggs Road there?
Yeah. Yeah. 4B.
And a little bit of South Dakota, right? A little bit of south of Riggs Road too, right? Like Lamont Riggs Civic Association.
Yeah, so 4B, is like that corner of Riggs in South Dakota with the Kennedy as the boundary. Yeah, up and over. Hellbender is, I think, 4B10.
Okay. Wow, 10. No, those are 10. But yeah. So Hellbender is not too far. So that's, not sure how much demand would be, but probably some restaurant or some kind of we'll see what kind of business comes in. Oh, thanks, James.
This is more speculative. I just put in the link to HR Retail, which I think they get to manage. I guess the retail agreements. One of the attachments has the actual spaces. I think it's the site plan, so you can actually see like the footprint of One Life Fitness. I think it's that the brewery. I guess it's that A1, A2, A3, the 4,500 square foot space. So if you really want to like dig into what's there.
Cool, thanks. Who's MSBJC? Who's that? Anyone? You want to have anything you want to say? Or anyone else? 4B08. Okay.
So Commissioner McCombs, I'll email you and James. Just give me a second
Okay.
to like put some thoughts together about what's going on with National Park Service.
That'd be great. Thank you.
James can lead the charge.
All right. Anything else anyone wants to talk about? So 5A is going to be having a meeting next Wednesday, the 25th at 6:45 on Zoom. So hopefully everyone can attend that one. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Ward 5 Day is going on this week. There's I don't know, seems to be some activities. I'm not really sure. There was a street naming for Mr. or Dr. William Spalding. That was today. That was this morning. That was great. Mayor Bowser and Council Member Parker and the family members were there, and they spoke, and I saw it on Facebook. So Facebook Live. So that was good. There's going to be Ward 5 Day at Turkey Thicket next Sunday, the 22nd. So I don't know. Does anyone know any other upcoming events that they want to mention? Danielle mentioned the Vision Zero presentation on Saturday, September 21st at 10:30 at the library. That's great to know. So any other upcoming events?
The park walkthrough on Tuesday is open to the public. That's
Okay.
At South Dakota Nordics.
That's tomorrow?
Next
Oh,
Tuesday,
next Tuesday, the 24th.
September 24th. Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I won't be able to make it. I'm in conflict. But good to know. Thanks for letting me know. All right. Anything else? Anyone else has anything? All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. And I hope everyone has a great fall. I'm going to have another meeting like this in 3 months. So it's going to be the third, third Monday every 3 months. So let's see, October, November, December. Is that going to work? Yeah, the 16th, December 16th is going to be my next single member district meeting. 7 p.m. on Zoom. I'll send you a notice before that, but you can mark your calendars. So thanks everyone for joining. Appreciate it. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.